If you are watching the 2026 World Cup and you have never seen football before, there is one moment that is going to happen in almost every single game that is going to confuse you completely. A player scores a goal, the crowd goes wild, everyone celebrates, and then the referee blows the whistle, waves the goal off, and the scoreboard stays the same. You're going to look at the screen and see a player standing somewhere completely normal and wonder what on earth just happened. That is offside, and once you understand it, you will never watch football the same way again. Let us start from the very beginning. Football has one simple objective: get the ball into the other team's net more times than they get it into yours. Simple, but here's the problem that existed before the offside rule was invented. Attackers figured out very quickly that the easiest way to score is to just stand right next to the goalkeeper and wait for someone to kick the ball to you. No running, no skill. Just stand there and tap it in. That is not football. That is just standing around. So the offside rule was created to stop it. So what exactly is the rule? A player is offside if they are in the opponent's half of the pitch, and there are fewer than two defenders between them and the goal at the exact moment the ball is played to them by one of their own teammates. In practice, one of those two defenders is almost always the goalkeeper. So the real question is simply this: is the attacker ahead of the last outfield defender or level with them when the ball is kicked? If the attacker's body, any part of their body that they could legally score with, is even a fraction of an inch ahead of that last defender when the ball leaves their teammate's foot, the goal does not count. That is it. That is the rule. But here is where it gets complicated. It is not about where the player is when they receive the ball. It is about where they are at the exact millisecond the ball is kicked by their teammate. That split second is everything. A player can be onside when the ball is kicked and then run into an offside position to receive it. That is completely legal. A player can be offside when the ball is kicked and then run back into an onside position. The goal still does not count because they were offside at the moment of the pass. This is why you will see defenders doing something strange during 2026 World Cup matches. They will be sprinting forward at full speed at the moment an attacker makes a run. They are not trying to join the attack. They are trying to catch the attacker offside by pushing the defensive line forward at the critical moment. It is called the offside trap, and it requires perfect timing. Get it right and you kill the attack. Get it wrong and the attacker is clean through on goal. Now here is where the 2026 World Cup gets particularly interesting. For the first time in history, FIFA has deployed upgraded AI technology specifically to make offside decisions faster, clearer, and more accurate than ever before. It is called semi-automated offside technology. And what it does is extraordinary. 29 data points on every single player's body are tracked 50 times per second using dedicated cameras mounted under the roof of every stadium. The ball also has a chip inside it that sends data 500 times per second. The system builds a three-dimensional model of every player on the pitch in real time and can pinpoint exactly where every body part is at the exact moment the ball is kicked. When an offside is detected, a real-time alert goes directly into the assistant referee's earpiece. If the offside is 10 centimeters or more, meaning clearly offside, the flag goes up immediately. The days of waiting 3 or 4 minutes while VAR draws lines across the screen are supposed to be over. And when a decision is shown to fans in the stadium and on television, instead of just flat lines on a screen, the system now shows a full three-dimensional animation of the exact positions of the players at the moment of the pass. You will be able to see exactly why the goal was ruled out with your own eyes. Why does this matter for the 2026 World Cup specifically? Because at the last World Cup in Qatar, offside decisions decided matches. Goals by some of the biggest players in the world were ruled out by margins smaller than the width of a fingernail. France had a goal ruled out against Tunisia. England had a goal cancelled in a crucial match. The entire debate about whether technology was making the game fairer or just more frustrating reached a boiling point. At the 2026 World Cup, there are 104 matches across 39 days. The knockout rounds are sudden death. You lose and you go home. Goals matter more than anything. And in a tournament this big, an offside call at the wrong moment can end the dreams of an entire nation. Now you understand the rule. Here is what to watch for during matches. When an attacker makes a run behind the defense, watch the last defender. Are they level? Is the attacker ahead of them? When the ball is played, freeze that image in your mind. That is the moment that matters. Everything after that is irrelevant to the decision, and when a goal gets ruled out and you see that three-dimensional animation on screen showing two player models standing millimeters apart, you will know exactly what happened, and you will probably have a strong opinion about whether it was fair or not. Welcome to Offside, one of football's most maddening, most brilliant, and most important rules. And at the 2026 World Cup, it is going to decide everything. Subscribe for more 2026 World Cup explainers and drop a comment below if you have questions about any other rules you want us to break down.